I'm sure I'm not the only one that noticed that the internet has pretty much become a big pile of crap, okay? After being neck deep in web-related nonsense for over 20 years, I kinda noticed a steady decline in the quality of just about everything over time. Chat rooms and forums devolved into hate-filled social media feeds. Video platforms went from a creative free-for-all to a bland portal of gratuitous garbage and uninformed yapping skulls, all screeching for views and likes. And art, well, that's mostly been buried under a ton of lewd doodles because, naked. Even the policies of these platforms have regressed from free expression to a don't say this, don't show that draconian terms of service. And people went from a benign group of schmucks you generally didn't have to deal with on the internet into a bunch of simpletons screeching, yelling, and dancing like idiots for absolutely no reason other than, look at me! Now, the internet was once a place about 10% of the population used years ago. A small group, self-policed, if they even needed to be, mostly smart, mostly thought-provoking thinkers. Like a school for the gifted where folks could exchange ideas. Now, it's like all the smart kids got thrown into a Neanderthalic high school filled with attention-seeking nitwits who pass around lewd little notes to each other, all the while making fun of the actual smart people in the class. Forget about the groundbreaking neuroscience that has just been revealed. Did you see that nerd's tie? Wow, I'm gonna make a meme about that. It trends amongst the brainless, chipping away at the self-esteem of a person who just unlocked the mysteries of the mind. Oh, the irony. Personally, I don't think the internet was ready for the influx of normies cluttering up the pipes. You see it in how everything is trying to be policed and censored and edited for the sophisticated minds of society. The people calling for the more stringent rules aren't the smart ones. They're the ones who can't process anything beyond their own reactionary behaviors. Now, the internet has to be policed, edited, and censored because normies can't control themselves. They can't just create art. It's gotta be lewd. They can't just take photos. They gotta be nudes. They can't make movies. It has to be some dangerous challenge that influences others. It's not the internet that's the problem. It's the normies using it. You made the platforms what they are. Don't blame Twitter for being a hate-filled cesspool. It's not Twitter. It's the people using it. Don't blame YouTube for rolling out more stringent guidelines every week. They had no guidelines until people made it weird. Don't blame Facebook for all the misinformation being pushed on the masses. Blame the people using the platform to push out those ideas. But these platforms should make sure that type of stuff doesn't get out there. So, you want these platforms to police thought and speech? Well, yeah. Oh yeah, dude, by the way, they deleted that political post you made about some virus. How dare they? Freedom of speech! Whee! It's either all or nothing, okay? All or nothing. And let me tell you, there are websites that have very loose content policies, and even the ones that deal primarily with art, it's all just devolved into adult cartoons and gratuitous loops, and all the good stuff gets buried. And that's not the platform's fault. It's the people cluttering up those feeds. People are the problem. So, here's the future of the internet. A bunch of extremely well-policed, edited, and censored platforms owned by a small batch of trillion-dollar tech companies telling you exactly what you can and can't do, and a bunch of websites that no one really goes to that have extremely loose guidelines whose contents will be primarily lewds, nudes, and other assorted content that wasn't allowed on other platforms. The sad thing is, all the good stuff, the thought-provoking stuff, even the provocative content that could also make you think, all that stuff will be buried and lost under a sea of guidelines or gratuitous content. The internet is now lose-lose. Too much freedom, everyone acts like a jerk. Not enough, there's no free exchange of ideas. It seems, much like everything else in the world, people cannot find a healthy balance. Be it thought, emotions, or whatever, people are too divided. People live in extremes, and people are the problem. The only consistent thing that will remain will be pet videos. Well, until some insane group decides that making a video of your cat is considered abuse, now making it a bannable offense to record their pet's goofy antics. Folks, look at the world. It's gotten worse. Angrier, yet blander. More narrow-minded, and it's the fault of the people, the normies, that turned something that could have been great into trash. Much like high school, work environments, and basically every other facet of human culture, normies just ruin everything. So, until they require that internet users have a license to operate, like they did with ham radio back in the day, or until everyone has to have an actual ID associated with their profile, so they can't hide behind anonymity, things will continue to be a burning pile of screaming insignificance, dreadful content, dreadful people, all chipping away and burying the intellectualism that never was from a generation that could have been better than the previous one, but now just languish in their digital mirrors of selfies and self-proclaimed wokeness, all complaining about the state of things, yet never attempting to make anything better. The internet is a mirror of society, and if it's depressing, anxiety-inducing, or just filled with hate, hey, that's you. You're the ones putting that stuff out there. It's up to you to make it better. Everyone is so eager to cancel everything, yet no one looks at themselves and says, wow, I'm a toxic piece of crap. And hey, I know I'm an angry little squirrel, and every day I try to get a bit better. 'Cause when it inevitably comes my time to leave this mortal coil, I'd like to leave this planet knowing it's going to get better, not worse. You should too. But none of that is going to happen unless you make the effort. Make the effort. Stop making everything garbage. Stop making everything trash. I know it's easy to get the quick cash grab by putting trash out on the web, but before you know it, we'll all be dead. It's the way it's gonna go. You're gonna wake up one day and realize you wasted your lives in a pile of crap. Digital crap.